If you want to really be a great trader, then you need to know how to adapt. I'm going to talk about that in this video, so make sure you stick around. Hey guys, Ivanov Trades here with another video lesson, and today I'm going to talk about the trade that I took today, the OTC market, and the NASDAQ market as well, and just some general thoughts on learning to adapt as a trader. If you're not able to adapt, to whatever the general market is doing, then you will fail. If you're not able to understand where the money is, then you will always be behind, and if you're the last to a trade, then you're going to be the loser. You always want to be able to know where the money is flowing and be there first. So I'm going to talk about all that, so make sure you stick around until the end of this video. But first, I'm going to say hello to whoever is new to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys for joining me along with this journey on being better traders, and I want to invite you guys into my Facebook group. It's called the Day Traders Club. It's a group of over 200 traders now who trade NASDAQs, OTCs, cryptocurrencies, everything. There could be swing traders, day traders, Forex, and we just, we're a tight-knit group who gives each other watch lists, strategies, different opinions, and a whole bunch of stuff like that. So it's a really good free resource. See right here, Isaiah Campos asking for some help. So yeah, it's a very great resource to use. Definitely recommend you check it out. And also, whoever is in this group will be getting some really amazing bonus pricing on my new course that's coming out. It's going to be a course that's based around OTC trading, but it's going to be really heavily focused on technical analysis, and that can be applied anywhere. But enough of that. Let's talk about the stock I traded today. So today I traded ONCI. This is, over here is E-Trade, and this is my equity feed scanner. If you want to try this out, there's a free 2-week trial in the link below. But first, let's talk about ONCI. So this has been a very strong stock for the past 2 or 3 weeks. You can see it's had a very, very nice run from the sub pennies around 0.001 up to almost 2 cents now. The really large breakout was a gradual descending wedge, my favorite pattern, one of my favorite patterns. Let me just draw that out for you. So you can see that gradual descending trend line, the break of that brought in a lot of volume and had just been carrying this thing up ever since. Now we're getting a little bit congested up in these levels. So the reason why I took this trade today, I bought the dip of this very large panic. I'm not sure why this panic happened. I didn't see any news. I didn't see any bad press releases, but it did happen on volume, so it was a significant move. There was some reason why there was selling. My thoughts is that in the beginning it was just slow panic selling, and then they were getting the stop loss orders were being hit. Let's see if the volume started ramping up after a couple minutes, because usually if it ramped up after a couple minutes, and that just means most of those orders are stop losses. But no, right out the gate, 3.91 million shares sold. So yeah, very big panic. But I recognize that this this stock is on a very strong uptrend, and they have news that's about to be released. They're talking about having a contract deal with BMW. They offer some software for car manufacturers to help reduce the rate of distracted driving. So very good news, very good story behind the company. But yeah, it's a very big panic. But we didn't break below the overall trend lines as I've drawn here. Let's zoom back out to the 30-minute, and you can see we have a very strong diagonal trend line here holding up this whole move. So the reason why I took this dip buy is because, one, I saw that there was a very big panic, and I always like to buy into panics because usually they're panics. They're not real moves. They're just panic induced selling. People see everyone else selling in the morning, so they're gonna sell too. They don't know why they're selling. They're just selling. Second, there were two trend lines that intersected right here at this support. First, we have these recent dips right here that hold this up, and then we also have this very large overall support holding it up. Also, we just have some more support in this general area. So it seemed like a very good dip buy to me. Very low risk, good reward. My planned sell was right here, 0.19, but it didn't really work out. I got in at around 0.161. It was my average after adding a couple times, and I cut my losses at 0.158. I was bored of watching it. By the time that I was in my move, it got very illiquid. You can see all in here, it was super thinly traded. Nothing was happening. But my basic plans for this were, to buy the dip, see if we could get higher lows, and then see if we could get the 1060 cross on the 5-minute. And we did get the 1060 cross, but it was on such low volume that it just didn't matter, and it collapsed back down. All through here, we were using the 60 moving average as resistance on the 5-minute, and also on the 15-minute, as one of my students pointed out to me on Twitter. We were also using the middle Bollinger Band to resist this. So now, we're still holding support. We still have this general support here being held. The Bollinger Bands are squeezing very tight on the 15-minute. On the 30-minute, the stochastics are still very low, so it's due for a bounce. I just don't know when. And I don't like to hold stocks that aren't readily moving at that minute. So you can see we're at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands as far as history goes. So we are set to bounce from here. Although keep in mind that Bollinger Bands, or not Bollinger Bands, the stochastics, they aren't always accurate, because if this stock does tank, it can stay at this level and just bounce around. So be wary of that. But still holding support. I just didn't want to hold it. Next levels to break are definitely 168. That was a very strong resistance today. We couldn't get over that at all. So if we can break over 168, I would say this is very more bullish than it is right now. It's still bullish, but it's just having a period of consolidation, I believe. So that's enough for ONCI. As far as the rest of the market goes, it was very dead. You can see the highest dollar volume was 319,000, which is nothing for the OTC market. Usually we see at least a couple stocks. Oh, never mind, it zoomed down. Wow, that was dumb. Disregard that whole last 30 seconds. Okay, so as far as the OTC market goes, it just seemed like it was very dead. We did have a lot of volume in it as far as money goes, but nothing was moving that much. The biggest mover that was significant was ALRT. I tried to get executed on this, but missed my entry, and I didn't want to chase just because this was more of a hype play. You can see it spiked up and did nothing for the rest of the day. I was going to get in when it broke over one of these highs here. I was trying to get in when it broke over 0.05. No, that was yesterday. Oh wait, no. Yeah, what am I thinking? I was gonna get in at the break of this right here, this little U-shaped breakout, but I missed it, so I didn't chase. Would have been a good trade. Could have made about 60%, 70%. But I didn't want to really play this too bad because it didn't really have any news that day. Actually, yeah, it did. Oh, but this news is kind of irrelevant. Just more information on top of the last PR, nothing new. But yeah, that was a very good trade. So congrats to whoever made that play. But other than that, nothing really moved that much. Red, 9%, 4%, 14%, 10%, 1%, 10%. You see, not a lot of movement. So you have to realize that, okay, if the money isn't moving these stocks, then there has to be other stocks that are moving. And the two markets that play very well hand in hand together are the OTC market and then the small cap Nasdaqs, because a lot of traders trade those same stocks. Some focus on more than the others. Like I focus more on OTCs, but I also do trade Nasdaqs because the same exact patterns work on them. They have very good liquidity and they can make nice moves. So I failed at recognizing the market of today. So I did not check Nasdaq at all today, and it was a very big regret. Main reason why is because my equity feed scanner didn't save the layout for my Nasdaqs alongside with my OTCs, and I was just kind of lazy today. I went to a Blink-182 concert last night. That was awesome, but I got home really late and I was just tired, so I was kind of just out of it today. I wasn't on top of my game 100%. Kind of drowsy, kind of tired. So I didn't really pay attention to the fact that my Nasdaqs weren't screening. But I should have, because a lot of them ran big. Let me switch out these scanners here. Get the Nasdaq up in here. So my Nasdaq scanners are limited to $5 by equity feed because I chose the less expensive package. But if you do go with the regular package, you can get all Nasdaqs, not just ones under $5. So there are some that are missing here, but first I want to talk about ITUS because I actually alerted this on Friday for a very nice move here. Now it's up over like 100% from when I alerted it. So freaking amazing. I alerted it, or it was like somewhere here, I think. It was somewhere here. I'll have to look back. But you can see we made another major move today. The stock just is not giving up. Look at the daily. Daily chart looking very good. We are just breaking through all these levels here. Let's just draw out some levels of possible support and resistance. Here, 4.5. Definitely. 5.5 definitely. 6, yeah. All these nice round numbers. 6.75. See if I can get it perfect. No, that's good enough. These recent spikes aren't that significant. There's support here at 2.84. Okay, now let's go into the daily. Let's look at the 5-minute first, just to clean this up a little bit. Usually when I'm trading real time, I use like the 1 or 2 minute. I will look at the 5-minute to see what other people are seeing, but I don't use that while I'm trading real time. Just a little piece of advice there. So ITUS, we had a very strong morning run here. Let's go to 1 minute so we can see minute by minute what happened here. And right off the bat, I just see a whole bunch of U-shaped breakouts. Such a simple pattern to utilize, honestly. The U-shaped breakout, because all you really need to look for is to see when a breakout happens, and then just buy the breakout. It works really well with these Nasdaqs, especially ones that are multi-day runners. So the high of day here, the high of the morning, 242, 243. We get a nice large rip through that, nice spike in volume. Rip right through that, make a new high. U-shape, breakout, make a new high. U-shape, breakout, make a new high. Kind of a U-shape. This would have probably faked some people out. This slightly lower low, but it was basically a double bottom, so you didn't have to be scared of that. Breakout, keep going, small U shape right there, breakout, keeps going, get to this point. Okay, now we get a little bit of a W here. This is a W. Just one small pattern. People say it can go either way with the W. Usually it acts as a short-term reversal, but if other indicators can catch up, then it's not a short-term. But here it was a short-term reversal. So we had a top at around 427, dip down to around 384. Just mark that off. Make a lower high, so that's in that moment it's bearish because we could not retest these levels. But then we go back down, make a double bottom, so that's okay. So we could hold support, so maybe we can break this resistance. We go up, try again, nope, can't break it, and then all the strength is lost. You can see immediately after that volume died pretty drastically, and then once it broke below this support, you can see there was a large amount of selling. That's where people cut their losses right there. We kind of rode this a 60 moving average here, but not too well. And as long as we kept making higher lows as far as the high of day goes, then there's no strength back in this play. So ever since that, it kind of just crashed back down, bounced off of this level right there, the 316, 315-ish. Made a nice climb back up to around 389, so that's a very nice, almost $1 move. U-shaped breakout right there, flat top right there, and now it's just kind of stuck in the range. Not sure where it's going to go from here, but very nice move. Also, same type of play, HMNY, also another runner, been running for the past 4 or 5 days now. These are all sympathy plays with each other, so when one moves, they all move. So the ones you need to focus on are HMNY, ITUS, and IZEA. This is the one I alerted on. What am I talking about? This is the one I alerted on Friday that made a 60% move intraday. Let me show you. It was right here. Like I said, I'm tired, so sorry. Yeah, it was this one right here. I alerted it right in this level, and mainly because I saw a pop in volume for a midday volume consolidation pop, and once I saw this cross over the 60 moving average, I knew that this was going to go up. I tried to place an order for it, but E-Trade was blocking orders on this online for some reason, and I didn't care to call them because it was too late by then, and I just watched this continue on up. Had a very big crash, but found support, and wow, it gapped up huge. That's a big gap up, I can tell you that right now. I'm not sure if that was news based. I couldn't find any news. Let's look at IZEA. Where are the eyes? It's not even on here. Where is IZEA? That's weird. That's very weird. Okay. Don't know what's going on there. I'm pretty sure they're a NASDAQ, right? They have to be. Anyways, this was a very nice move. Surprised that held this support all day. Yeah, it's testing it now, it looks like. It should break below. Look, I tested it right there perfectly. Good dip buy entry right there. But I do believe that if this gap is not based on news, like a very material event that increased the value of the company right away, then this should crash down. But these plays have had very nice momentum in them, so don't jump on a short right away. Wait until you see obvious signs of the move ending, because these can keep going very, very high. If you guys were around last summer, these low float shipper plays, man, they were going astronomical, mainly because of naive shorts who would say, oh, $6 is too much for this company, and short it. Next day it gaps up, they have to cover, buying more shares, making more buying pressure, making it go even higher. That's when DRYS went from $2 to $100 in like a week. It was crazy. Actually, I think that was back in November. Yeah, that was November. Still, whenever a sector gets hot like this, they can go very far. Don't ever think, oh, it's up too much, it's up too much. You never know, because people will buy something that's running, and more people that will buy something that's running, the higher it goes. So keep that in mind. But yeah, basically what I wanted to show you guys is that even though OTC market was dead, it doesn't mean that that trading for that day is dead. You know, you can look at the Nasdaqs, because that's most likely where the money is. If the OTC market is dead, look directly at the Nasdaq small caps, because you will likely see runners in that area. Traders will flock to wherever money is moving. It doesn't matter what market it is. People don't care, oh, it's not in my price range, oh, it's not this or that, it doesn't fit this criteria. If there's opportunity and there's liquidity, then people will flock to it and trade it. And that's exactly what happened with IZEA, ITUS, HMNY, and all these other. OPRN is one that ran huge too. Let me wrong way. OPRN ran on news. Kind of low dollar volume, but it doesn't matter. ORPN, sorry. Oh no, they had a reverse split. I'm dumb. Bad video today, guys. I'm sorry. I keep making mistakes. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm drowsy. I need to take a nap. But I can't. I have to work. DCX, see, all these ran very big. Very big when compared to the OTCs. Look at the dollar volume. Let me, you can see this one, like $51 million in volume. That's huge. 37,000 trades. That's very, very, very liquid. So, you know, keep that in mind. Whereas the OTCs, all the biggest runners, had low volume. 39,000, 51,000, 5,000, 156,000, 31,000, 36,000, 13,000, 92,000, 384, that's good. 18,000, 271, that's good. But it's a 0.0005, not going to play that, you know. Very illiquid, even though they had nice moves. Very low amount of trades and low amount of dollar volume. Whereas over here, all the biggest runners, you know, except for ORPN, lots of volume. 51 million, 5 million, this one sucks. 17 million, 405,000, 6 million, 2 million, 1 million, 14 million, 13 million. Goes on and on and on. So if the OTC markets are not liquid, look at the Nasdaqs, because even though it's not an OTC stock, the thing about technical analysis and trading psychology is that it can be applied to anything that is a tradable security that has a chart. Doesn't matter if it's gold, forex, cryptocurrencies, options, anything that has a chart uses human psychology to trade it. Let me reword that. You can use human psychology to trade it, because humans are looking at the same exact thing. We're all looking at the same exact chart. That's the only thing that connects all of us traders together, the chart and the level 2. So if anything you trade has a chart and level 2, then you can use the same patterns and strategies that I'm telling you now. It doesn't matter. It's just that my focus and my specific rules are for OTCs, but the actual broad scheme of technical analysis can be applied anywhere. So don't think that just because you're watching my videos and learning from me, you have to focus on OTCs. That's not the case. You can focus on whatever you're most comfortable with, and you can use different tidbits from me, different ideas and stuff like that, and you can apply it anywhere you want. So that's basically my thoughts for today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. If you have any requests for future videos, please let me know down below. If you stuck through this whole video, please leave a comment down below saying, learn to adapt. 3 words, learn to adapt, because it is very crucial as a trader to learn how to adapt, because, you know, we're not always going to be in a bull market. We're going to go into a bear market soon. I'm not going to say when. No one knows when. We've been speculating for the past 3 years that it's going to happen, but it will happen one day. And when that happens, breakouts will not work, dip buys will fail, and it's going to really shock these new traders into really learning how to be disciplined, because right now it's kind of easy to trade because we're in this very hot bull market. Everything's running. But once we hit that bear market, I'm going to start shorting more on NASDAQ. So, you know, you have to learn how to adapt to the current market situation, and you'll be the best trader. That's my last thought. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.